Hey, this is Zach Edwards with Xogos Gaming. This is going to be our gaming portal. This is a test account, so you won't see any of the personal information on here and performance or anything like that. But what I wanted to show you is what we can do with this site. So up here in the top corner, first thing to know, this is all the coins that you've collected by playing games. You earn them three different ways. You can play games. Two, you can earn them through academic achievement, or three, you can do things that are active in your community, whether it's volunteering, being social with friends and family and other people outside your home, or also doing sports or other physical activities. All those ways you can actually gain coins for this system, and you can use them for in-app purchases. You can use them for rewards, even physical ones such as like gift cards, or potentially you'll be able to turn them in at the end if there's any left, or if you want to choose them, save them during this process before you graduate. You can turn them in for scholarships as well. So that's the coin section right here. Right here says Joey. That's all it shows. It's going to be an image for now. And the way that we do this is we go up to the user count, click on user count, and then click on this button right here. That will actually bring up a way that we can actually insert our own picture. So I'm going to insert a Tesla picture, and I'm going to update. This update will allow me to see it right here, but also it'll change it up here in 3, 2, 1. There you go. It's already done. Okay, now let's go back to the dashboard. So also in the dashboard, as you can see, you won't be able to see much of your picture right here. You can modify your picture so you get a better picture and can see more of what you want. But in the near future, after our fundraiser, you're going to actually be able to see that as an avatar. This is an avatar that you can give it different clothes. You can get it different accessories. You can get it even pets. But one of the big things to know is this is actually going to be an avatar that's attached to one of our games. Why this is important is because the more you're active, an actual active person, the stronger and more active your avatar will be. And so you'll actually see all the different great benefits from it. In the game, you'll actually know, now this is based on the concept of physical education, you'll actually be able to see the physical education of your avatar. You'll be able to see how healthy they are. If they get sick, you're going to be able to see ways that they got sick and learn more about everything from your immune system to uh, nutritional foods, those type of things. All part of the game, and it is actually in game form. So it's not just here's a lesson for you. This is you're trying to keep this avatar active because he's going to be going through all your different games and might actually pick up bugs or other things that might come up. So it's very active, the avatar that we're creating. Okay, also in attached to this, you're going to find your game performance. Now this is during the months as you play, you're going to have different performances for all these different games. Now we only have 3 games in here right now. This soon will turn into a drop bar, and it'll actually have all of our games that you play. So any game that has any data in for you, it'll be on that system. As of right now, we only have 3 games in our system. This is what our fundraiser is for. We're trying to get more money to bring more games. And then as soon as we get all of our games done, all the bugs made out of the system. Now this is a MVP. That's what they call it. It's called the minimal viable product. And that's the game. That's a software that is in testing phase. So it's basically enough to show everyone how it works. We want to get past the MVP stage, which is why we're producing this for us to be able to show people that want to donate on our fundraiser, because we want to be able to get funds there. We want to be able to show it out to other people that are partnering with us as well. This is all in hopes that we'll be able to create this huge system of games of all different types of subjects. Everything from math, English, science, the normal classes that you have in every K through 12 class, but also physical education, personal finance, literature. Let me see, what else do we have? Oh, here's one that we're really excited about. Actually, 2. I'm going to tell you 2. Okay, one of them is called Panic Attack. Now, Panic Attack is a game like Among Us. But this is where the players can actually learn about managing and coping with their mental struggles, whether it's anxiety, depression, just having a really bad day. We're going to help you through it by gameplay. And you're going to be able to play through those things, but also learn to manage them in real life. Another one that's really fun that we want to tell you about, and this is one that really has a lot of people excited about, it's called Geotag. This is where you're actually playing a game that happens all around the world with people from all around the world, and you're playing tag, learning geography as you try to find them. So the games that we have so far is Lightning Round, which is our test game. You're actually going to see later on a video of our phase one, which is what you can, if you click on there, you'll go into phase one, and I'll show you that in a minute. But phase two is what's coming up. And this is more interactive. This is where you're going to be playing on like Team Tesla versus Team Edison or other opponents that were throughout history, asking or answering questions much like your teacher would be asking you in a test. But this is gamified. It's not your average test. You're actually going to be competing about this. And this way, those that have test anxiety, much like myself, it makes it easier for us to challenge ourselves and challenge others. And we don't focus on it as a test, but more of having fun. So it's a great thing about that. Okay, Historical Conquest is also another great game. It's actually our flagship game with our sister company, Historical Conquest. So we created this game 10 years ago as a physical card game, much like Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, but played the same way as the game of Risk, just in card form. But every card that we have is historically or geographically based. So stay tuned for more on that. We'll actually show you a little bit as we get further in. Time Quest is also where you're trying to line up events, say like the World War II events, in chronological order, so you can actually learn piece by piece. Now over here, you're going to actually see that the top players, and this will soon turn into the top players in your local area, which is what it is right now. But it's also going to be able to grow to such as your metropolitan area. So you're like Kansas City, you'll be able to see everyone that's in Kansas City, or then the state, or then the nation, which is great because when you're not so high on the scale, it might depress you at that. It might depress someone for that. But as you see, as you grow, you'll actually be able to grow your area that you're competing against. So we don't want anyone to feel bad about where they are. This is all as you're learning, you're going to go up in ranks. And so you'll start off in the small classroom size. So you'll be able to see where you are in the classroom, and then you'll be able to grow as you get more into the game. And the last thing is right here, the chat feature. Now, this is where only kids can chat, or there's one exception to that, teachers and parents. So teachers and parents can talk to their kids. They can also see who you're chatting with. But for the youth, you can't just put on someone that you don't know. You actually have to know them. You have to get to know them, and you have to have their personal information to be part of that. Ones that are automatically put into your system are family, friends that you invite onto the system and actually join the system, and then also your classmates. So all those are automatically put into the system around you. So you can chat with anyone in those. But also, if you know who the person is, you can actually ask them for their login information, not to actually log in, but their login name, and you'll be able to search out their information and answer questions that will show that you actually know this person, and you'll be able to put them on there. So these are all great things that have to do with the Xogos platform. But even this will be changing. In our next phase, you'll actually be able to be part of a interactive system where you actually enter a room and be more part of it. But this is phase one. This is what we had to do in order to show our system and start collecting information and subscribers. So let's jump into some of the games. I'm mostly going to show you Historical Conquest, but I'm going to show you, if you click on Lightning Round, it brings you out to a Unity platform, which you can actually expand, and it'll bring you into Lightning Round. So you'll be able to play the game, board, the profile, settings. I'm not going to show you this game quite yet. That's going to be for another video. Another one you can go into is Time Quest. Now, Time Quest is another game that you can get into. Now, these are both phase one games, so they're not actually going to show you everything that has to do with the game. But this one, Historical Conquest, I've opened up so you can just walk in without the login information. So Historical Conquest is, again, our flagship game. This is something that we've been selling in physical form for the last 10 years. Now, this is the beta form for it because it is still being tested, as all of them are. But as you enter, you're going to find a match. Now, I'm going to set up a match on another screen, and that way we can actually play, so you can actually see what it's like when you go inside. So I'm waiting for this account to log in. I'm going to create a match. Okay, there we go. So a match has been held. Now these will actually change into your login name. Right now it's not set up for that because again, it is in beta form and we actually have people from the outside being able to play it. Just so you know, with our games, you can't actually talk to anyone inside the system. So you actually have to know the person and you can chat in the platform. So here you're going to be able to play Historical Conquest. As I said, this is in beta form. Some of these cards are not completely ready. So these three are, these two are not. As you can see, the abilities are not placed into the square right here. So I'm going to accept this. My opponent's going to accept theirs, and then we can start playing. Let's see. This is Civilization Builder, and as you can see, it is my opponent's turn. So they're going to come up here. They're going to grab a card, and they're going to play it. Now, when they play a card, I get to see what it's about, see which card it is, and then hit continue. That means I accept that they're playing that. Now, if I have an interrupt card, I can actually play an interrupt card. And you'll know more about this as you get into the game. The next one is I'm going to, my opponent is going to basically end their turn so you can see a little bit more of what we do. So they just actually got a few more cards. This part right here, Civilization Builder, it's basically telling you that for the first 2 rounds, you can't attack your opponent. They can attack you. It allows you to set up your civilization. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Amelia Earhart. Oops. Grab her. Grab the card. Come here. Oh, sorry. They need to accept on the other side. Okay. So I'm going to grab Amelia Earhart's card. I'm going to drag it up here, and I'm going to discover a new land. So automatically this gives you another land right here. So you grabbed another land from your draw pile. This is your land pile. So it grabbed it from your land pile and brought it over here. And Amelia Earhart is defending from that land. Then I'm going to take Alexander the Great, place it right here. My opponent's going to accept it. And there we go. Next one I'm going to do is I want to get morale for my civilization. So I'm going to pick which row I'm going to place this. I'm going to place it in this row. My opponent accepts it. And there you go. I can only play 3 cards per turn. So as you can see, the moves went from 3, 2, 1, and I'm done. I can transport cards, but not at this point. I'm going to move on to the next, to my opponent's side. Okay, so to end my turn, I have to click and accept those cards, and then it's my opponent's turn. So they're going to play 1 card. I'm going to accept it, and then I'm going to have them end their turn, so it comes back to mine. Because I want to show you what happens if I end up attacking. And remember, for the first 2 rounds, I can't attack you, you can't attack me. So now, let's see, I'm going to play, oops, sorry, they have to accept that, the cards that they just received. I'm going to play 1 more morale card, and then I'm going to play Queen Aotep. That's 3 cards, so I have 1 more move. And then I'm going to play King Louis. Okay, so now, because it's still my second round, I can't attack. And my morale is at 700 points. So I need 100 more morale. So end my turn, and then it's my opponent's turn. Okay, so now my opponent is able to play. They're going to play 1 more card, and then they're going to end it. So they're going to play 1 more person to be on that land. I'm going to accept it, and now it's my turn. So in here, I'm going to play, whoops, they have to end their attack phase because everyone gets an attack phase if they can't attack, and then they're going to end their turn. So they just accept that 1 card, and now it's my turn. So as you can see, Civilization Builder went away, which means I can attack them now. So I'm going to take Isabel Bumfrey, and I'm going to place her in this row. My opponent's going to accept her. But I'm now going, instead of playing the rest of my cards, I'm going to play the attack phase because I want to show you what it's like. So I'm going to grab this land. Now, usually when you're playing Historical Conquest, you have to attack an Asian land to an Asian land and a South Pacific to a South Pacific, Africa to Africa. But for this beta phase, we wanted to allow people to see it. So we're actually going to, or not just to see it, to experience the whole process. So we shortened it just slightly. So I'm going to attack this land. And what happens is my opponent first gets the ability to interrupt. So they're going to interrupt and play an interrupt card. So they just interrupted my attack. Continue. It brought my morale. Wait a second. That increased my morale. Oh, as I said, oh no, that increased their morale. Okay. Whew. Okay. Now I'm going to attack them because that interrupt didn't stop me from attacking. So I'm going to attack them. Oh, and they have to accept. Okay. So as you can see, I have 1,820 attack points and they have 540 defense points. So I automatically win. It does all the calculating for me. Finish the battle, and they actually have to lose one person. So they're going to choose somebody to go to the discard pile. That person just got sent to the discard pile. Now I get to attack one more time. So I'm going to attack them one more time. Okay, wait for opponents. They accept it. I still have 1820, and they have now 500 attack points. So finish the attack, and that opponent now loses one more card, and then I claim that land. So watch this. Oh, I get to transfer up to 3 cards over there. Well, 1 card has to be in each land if I want to keep both of them. So done. And guess what? I just took their land. The land came over here. I moved people over. And because they had no lands, I won the game. So that's Historical Conquest. That's the beta version of Historical Conquest. Going back to the platform, there's so many things we want to be able to do to this platform. We need your support and help with our funding. So please fund help fund our fundraiser on Kickstarter, and contact me if you have any questions. That's Zach, Z-A-C-K, at Xogos, Xogos, gaming.com. Give me a call as soon as you can, and or send me an email, and we will talk to you later. Thank you so much. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.